Hello and welcome again to another episode, a new season, continuation of our series on Viva Enthusiast. Big shout and welcome to my fellow aficionados, connoisseurs and of course enthusiasts. And today friends, we are going to continue with the last episode of the monthly series, a continuation of our New World cigars, and again another line that I like, while in a different vitola shape. And today what I have for you guys, treat, is going to be right here. So what we have for you today is the Arturo Fuente 56 Rosado Magnum Sangron, or the Magnum Rosado Sangron. You can see there, Arturo Fuente Rosado Gran Reserva. It is a 5 5/8 inch length by 56 ring gauge, which is why it's known as the AF Magnum Rosado Sangron 56. And in the New World portfolio is known as a Robusto Grande. Now what is special about this blend is that it's said to have a decade-long aged Ecuadorian sun-grown wrapper, which you can see here, or could also be known as cloud-grown for those that know. All the other binders and fillers within this blend is Dominican Republic, and was previously given a 94 rating, if not wrong, by Cigar Aficionado. It is seen as one of the top lines of Arturo Fuente. Of course, not up as with Opus X, but around there. As you can see, this is a very toothy wrapper. It's supposed to be the Rosado, but for me, this is a Colorado Maduro. You can see there in wrapper tone. The aromas, however, isn't something the greatest. It's not quite something so flavorful and something you want. It's very got aromas of cow dung, allspice, dunya, which you guys would know that as ground coriander, and it just has a little bit of hay on the foot. See the ligero wrapper there. So we are lit. Now I made a real error. I was paying attention to something else and I wasn't quite looking at what I was doing, and I was hearing combustion, and you would know because when you're lighting, you burn your head out, like it's like bubbling, right? And I looked down and I was like, oh crap, I didn't realise I was scorching. So I've actually scorched quite a bit of that first third by accident. So obviously what happens is, where I was heating it fine, but the heat obviously evaporates, so there's a lot of oils within this wrapper because it's literally just come off. It's actually cool, so it's not hot at all, it's come off onto it, but obviously you can tell there's a lot of oils come off on this wrapper. Now this has been sitting aged 16 months, so see how it is. Interesting start. It's like an earthy flavour, but quite pronounced, bit irony. It's like an irony earth slash gamey, not quite a steak, it's more like a, it's not exactly similar, but it's kind of like Bolivar. You get the Habanos Bolivars and you get that kind of gamey, irony, that bloody irony sort of flavour profile. It's got this, I don't remember it having that before in the 52. Let's give one more. Yeah, it's got some peppers in there, black pepper, ground red chili pepper, dash of cayenne pepper. But to me it's very irony, it's got that very iron flavour, very irony and sort of gamey, that sort of game steak. Not quite char grilled, is not quite coming through with that sort of gamey steak flavour taste to it. I don't quite remember it having that in the 52, if I'm being honest. It was pretty much exactly a year ago. I don't quite remember it having that, but yeah, I'll go a little bit more and I'll let you know how we get on. See you later. So guys, we are coming to the second third. You see, burn lines are a little bit off. The ash is holding on fantastically. Really, as you can see right at the bottom there. Some good pennies and dimes. I was a bit messy around, but it's been pretty good. Flavours now. Bringing a bit more now. So before, it had this very distinctive flavour note, and I just couldn't resonate what it was. I was trying to sort of think a little bit. It was just right in the middle of the drawer, very distinctive. Couldn't quite get what it was. For me, the closest thing of what I could resonate with was nutmeg, ras al khanut. Now, ras al khanut is a Moroccan spice. And this is 15 or 16 different spices sort of come and blended together to make one ground spice, and it's called ras al khanut. Very lovely spice, very good. Slow cooking, anything on slow cooking meat, lamb especially, very good. If you do any tagine cooking, put some ras al khanut, some lamb or any meat, and put it for some slow cooking tagine, or if you're doing the oven or whatever. That's the only thing I could even get close to identifying. And then pepper started coming through with it, so it was getting that sort of nutmeg, ras al khanut flavour, and then black peppers was pushing through, oozing through the drawer. So it made a bit more of a pleasant. Not that taste wasn't pleasant. It just I couldn't quite recognise it to something. Only that, but at the moment now that drawer just took it was more nutmeg, so nutmeg's more coming up. Let me just take another drawer, see what we're working with. Still the same. Getting a little bit of leather coming in now. So it's more of that nutmeg flavour. The ras al khanut is a bit more calmed down. It's more of a nutmeg flavour. Not quite dunya that I had from the wrapper, but it's more nutmeg for me. Some ground pepper, touch of spice, like very touch of spice, and then leather comes in. Now, it's mild to me. It's mild to me. But for most people, this would probably be a medium-bodied cigar in strength. But it's mild to me. Now, one thing I'm disappointed, it hasn't had any of that citrus that I got in the 52 vitola, that adds up. That was so strong and prominent of citrus flavors, and it was lovely. It really, it's probably what this is missing. This is what it's got, that nutmeg flavor, and it needed that citrus just come around and just sort of hug it, and then come with that peppers. It's missing that, if I'm honest, and this is why I said straight away after having 52 that no other vitola is going to be as good as the 52, because the 52 is smaller. It's the smallest, I think there's one of 44, but it's pretty much of all of them really, it's the smallest gauge of them, and so it's gonna pack that blend a bit more, where the others are 54, 56, 58, 60, ridiculous sizes. They're just not gonna have that, they're gonna completely just die off. And I feel this is missing it, which is why it's not gonna be as good as the 52, even though it is nice and different. I don't remember nutmeg and that kind of flavour and game. I don't remember that in the 52, so this is bringing a lot more different flavours, but it is missing that little bit of citrus that could really just help encompass it and push it to another level. Yeah. So that's it now, folks. I'm probably going to really leave it now until probably the last third, and then I'll kind of wrap up the second third and give you what's an update of going in the last third and see how we go on. Check you guys in a bit. So guys, we are here at the end, wrapping up stage. There's the band. There's the embossment there. Do that. It says imported. Got nice quality paper. The thing about New Worlds, they spend a lot of money on presentation and bands, but as I said before, would you rather have a great band or a great cigar? I know one I'd rather have. Now I'm gonna give a score, then I'll wrap it up. So, the Fuente 56, burn 5 out of 5, construction 5 out of 5, no issues. Even a couple of touch-ups, but it's like but not this. It's where the combustion sometimes has gone a little, like I'm drawing and it's just going a little down, so I just put a bit more flame, touched it a little bit to keep it going, but nothing major. Ash, as you've seen, has been thick, good ash, it's held it. Obviously it dropped that time on camera, but it's been pretty good. Flavour profile, these last 3 stages have gone up, marked up a point, or half a point, whatever. 4s across the board. Finish, profile complexity, it's added up, you know, this last third, I'll talk about now. Last third, very earthy, leathery notes that's combined together now. It's moved off that nutmeg flavour profile, and those peppers are now just earthy and leathery. Yeah, but it's still it's a good earthy and leathery flavour. You know, sometimes you get that, it can be quite boring. This is quite good. Transition 4 out of 5 as well. Game points because I told you, it actually, when I think about it, it's actually transitioned quite well. Maybe it's a little bit harsh. Maybe I could give a little bit more than that, to be honest. But when I think about it, it had that gamey, irony flavour at the beginning, that rasal khanut I alluded to with nutmeg. Then went into just some nutmeg flavour, then it had a little bit of nutmeg and leather and some peppers, those spiced peppers earlier, and it's moved off from that nutmeg, and it's now more of an earth, like a generic earth and leathery flavour. Hasn't had any of that citrus that was in the 52, which I'm a bit disappointed in, if I'm honest, because that, I think that's what stops it from being a really high quality cigar. This is a good solid cigar, really good, good solid, very good solid cigar. Not really good, but very good solid cigar. The citrus would have probably put it 23s, in 23s, good way in the 23s. It just needed that something to just kind of hug on, you know, that little bit of citrus element to kind of just blend everything together a bit more, you know. You needed that. And finish 4 out of 5. See, obviously, I think it's gonna go a bit down. It needs a bit more flame to be honest. But yeah, overall, it's a really good cigar. I'm trying to think why the 52 scored a bit more lower. I can't quite remember if it was burn or something happened during it. I have to reread the review why the 52 only scored 20.9. I think it was. I think there was a construction issue with the 52. I'll have to recheck, but this obviously has scored higher. Would I prefer this over the 52? I'm not totally sure. I thought they're kind of two different. It's weird. Kind of two different cigars. The 52 was more that citrus flavour, a lot more milder. Obviously, this, like I said, this has been 16 months since since purchase. It has been a year since the 52. I bought them at exactly the same time at the same place in Paris from Le Lotus. But yeah, it's good and solid. Wrapping up this month, the question is, would I have any of them again? In last place, Plasencia is 4th place, definitely 4th place Plasencia. Didn't really offer much. 3rd place, I'd give it to the Melanio, the Oliva Melanio. Good cigar. Can it get any better? The Robusto? Not too sure. Maybe one flavour might come out a bit more. Can't really see it peaking any more than what it was. This is 2nd place. 2nd place, good. I possibly would have a box of this actually. A box of this and the 52s. You know what? I really want to try a 54 now because the 54 is in the middle. And so I want to see if the 54 incorporates part of this 56 and part of 52. It's right in the middle. It's a bit like the Bihikis. I haven't had a 54 and 56, but from people I've known that have had 56s, they've said that it's tailed off a lot more. It's not as intense, not as involving as 52s are. Also, it's 52, it's smaller. The 54, a couple people I know that have had it have said it's the best on the range. Now, I did allude in the 52 Bihiki video that the actual medial temporal leaf is of 54 ring gauge, so it makes sense that it incorporates the full leaf in the 54. But I haven't had the other two to comment my personal self. I did say when I had the 52 that I personally think the 52 blend, the 52 size would be the best out of the blend because it just is a bit more. It would be a bit more intense because it's got that shorter size and smaller gauge to kind of get everything together. I honestly can't believe how a 58 and 60 is going to be better. It's just too big. It will start swallowing too many things. The blend in this one is good as it is. I do like this actually, so yeah, I probably would have a box. I wouldn't be having it all the time, but it'd be a good option for when I want to have something that's a bit bigger than a normal Robusto gauge, 50 New World 52 gauge, and have something a bit bigger at 56. Yeah. Of course, the best one in the month easily is the Don Pepin Garcia. That's just a fantastic blend. Great cigar, fantastic blend. The whole line is, well, the lines that I've had, the Generosos, which is a Toro, the Invictus Robusto, and the Fruntadores, which is a Lancero, all fantastic. I wouldn't go to any others really. I think those sizes are just perfect enough, and the gauges are perfect enough to get that blend for those three vitolas. But this young man, yeah, Arturo Fuente altogether scores 4.4 out of 5 or 22 out of 25. Now in the top 25, that's pretty. You know what? I feel like now when I do this, that the RAS is kind of underscored. I just feel the RAS is a bit cautious. It's a great cigar, great flavour, solid every day. You're never gonna go wrong with a RAS. It's never gonna go bad. It's just either not gonna push along to its peak, or it's just going to stay solid. I just feel the rust is a bit cautious. I feel the rust has got so much more to give, but it doesn't. But I don't believe it needs 5 years of age for it to bring its peak. I feel like it will be tailing off massively, maybe 3 years max. I did read somewhere as well, quite a few places, that 2 to 3 years in the box of Ras is perfect if you're on a Habanos world. But this is really good. 60 months, a lot of different flavors that I don't believe I got in the 52 personally, like that nutmeg, that also kind of flavor, that gamey, irony flavor. I don't believe I got any of that in the 52. Although I didn't get any of the citrus I got in the 52. To me, this is medium bodied. However, for some people, this will be medium full. Some people may be in a fuller strength bodied cigar, and body in its actual flavor is medium bodied for me. Solid medium. It's grown throughout to be a solid medium strength to me. So yeah, guys, overall 25 Arturo Fuente Magnum Rosado 56. Again, one of my favorite lines from, not even Arturo Fuente, well, the favorite, I don't know how that only opens yet, but just New World in general. This and Don Pepper and Garcia are just two of my favorites. They're just that good. So yeah, guys, again, please like, share, and subscribe. And again, next month I'll give you a little clue. So we'll be doing a Habanos review next month on a particular vitola, and that is a line. That vitola line is a line where I didn't get to fit in last year, so we'll be reviewing them at the end. And yeah, again, please like, share, subscribe, and join us again for the next one. Viva.